and lick your lips. You're on air. That's what we always did for. I don't know how many people heard that, but I remember.
Hopefully nobody.
I remember back in like high school or middle school on picture day. That's what you did.
I don't think they said that at mine.
You didn't say that at your school, Paula? Did they say that at your school?
I think that kind of sounds familiar. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, today is Friday, which is exciting in itself, and it's even better because Paula has these paper folding projects that she's going to show us. That might be even a good Thanksgiving Day project for the family.
Absolutely.
So we're doing
church class.
Yeah, we're doing angels and stars today. And before that, we've got some new product to show. But Dawn, I think we need to give a big shout out to Janet.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. Janet, way to go. Thanks for letting us into your house. I learned so much about organizing in your scrapbook room. You too, Paula?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And as soon as I have time, I'm going to get in my scrapbook room and start organizing and be organized like Janet.
I took her advice because she was saying that she does her organizing and stuff while she's watching memory bound videos. So I was that yesterday.
Yes. That was good advice to do.
It was.
Multitask when you're watching our wonderful
do 8
videos in
once.
the morning.
That's what I try to do,
so
always.
We have a lot of people have jumped on and joined us. Yay. Mary Ann is here, and Chris, and Carol, and Rita. Rita's a local yokel. Donna, hi Donna. It was great to talk to you this week. We got your order sitting here.
We're good.
Oh, Donna, I guess I'll ask since you're watching. I wasn't sure by your message if you want us to ship your items or keep holding your items. So give us a message or give us a call, and we can do either one, whatever you want to do. First, before we get to Paula, Dawn's got some new product to show.
Yes. And I have Janine to thank for these. Janine is a big Elizabeth Craft fan. And so she placed our order for these, and this is the brand new Elizabeth Craft dies that came out. And this first one is Holiday Train. Isn't that cute?
It is very cute.
And it doesn't say...
It's $14.99.
It doesn't say like how big it eventually gets, but I don't think... Well, that might be actual size.
I think that might be actual size.
It's pretty cute. And then we have
And this is going to be online under New and Elizabeth Craft. Okay.
Thank you. And then we've got gnomes, and aren't those adorable?
Yes.
Okay, she's got the pigtails and the little heart on her shirt. He's holding an ornament, and he's holding a present. So really cute. And you can mix and match. You could put the pigtails on any of them, and the reindeer antlers could go on the other one. So mix and match. And there's all the pieces. This one's $15.99.
Look at the beard.
But here's a Santa hat. And we have another. So there's two different kinds of, I would call them Santa hats. There's beards and antlers. So again, you could put those on probably any of the dies that you already have. Use those at little extra pieces. So lots of fun. And then we have train carts. Again, I think these are probably the actual size, $14.99.
Oh, so they go with the
But look at that string of lights. I thought that was adorable. And then all the little candies. So you got a candy cane.
So you could use that as presents. They're really, don't put the wheels on them and you have gifts.
Exactly.
You have a lot of variety there.
Very fun. Very fun. That one, again, is $14.99. Okay, and then let's see, there was one more in here, and that is the winter scenery. And it's not very often that you get all of these animals. I think those are really fun. So you get the fox, the rabbit,
trees.
And the elk, or no, that's a moose. And then look at
good
those.
Animal naming, Dawn.
There's the wolf, and a wolf, fox, rabbits, and moose. And look at the trees. I love those winter trees. I think those cut out of like green and put your diamond dust or your clear rock candy on those would be beautiful. Or even just like the crackle accents on the trees so they look frosty, like on a frosty morning. And then the snow. You get the snow dye to make that. So really fun. And that one is $18.99.
That's a lot for $18.99.
It is, really. Just those animals alone.
So just if Diane's watching, Donna Spilker. We're holding her package, but we have another Donna that says go ahead and ship. Donna Turner. Diane, she says go ahead and ship.
Donna Turner?
All right. Sorry to interrupt, Dawn.
All right, and this is a restock. This is Planner Essentials number 9, and Diane used this. It cuts out this shape right here with the scalloped edge. So that's, this is a restock, and a lot of people have asked for this. And then look at the bows. Let's see if there's a picture of the bows. You can't really see it. It's right here, but it's hard to see what that looks like. And then it also has all these little tickets. And yes, cool, and hello. So little tickets.
I like the scallop page myself, and that does fit in the snap binders.
Yes, it does.
I was thinking the holes line up.
Yep. Okay, and then new from Photoplay. We just love it when new stuff comes in from Photoplay. We know we have a lot of book readers in
Even
in this
here
crowd.
at Memory Bound, where they're always staff's always exchanging books.
Exactly. So we have Notting Hill Bookstore, and we have the collection pack, and then we also have the paper and ephemera. Sleep is good, books are better, shh, I'm reading, must read, reading now, reading next, book hangover. I have that. I'd rather be reading, just one more chapter. So just
Wouldn't this be nice for your book club friends? Or if
Yes.
you wanted to keep a journal on what books you've read, I think that would, or books you want to read, I think that would be really, really neat.
books are a unique portable magic. That's cool. And the ephemera is $4.99.
Looks like a little book insert card. What did you call those at the libraries where they...
A library card.
Library cards? Where they stamped them and your due date was in there?
But the papers, look at that, plaid. That's just a really good generic plaid. And then books I love.
That's not correct. The library card is your membership.
Yeah,
right?
what's the card
Yeah.
that goes inside the book?
Checkout card?
Your checkout
maybe?
card,
Checkout
yeah. My library. And then the cut apart.
And they've got tags, part tags on their cut apart and part cut apart.
So you could probably use
And a
those
border-
as bookmarks.
Yeah.
And a border strip.
A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. Okay, another good general paper. And this one's called Book Nerd. That's fun. I never thought I would ever be a book nerd when I was in elementary school or even high school. And here I am, currently reading. And just a generic green on
Like a
green
nice
in
grid.
the back. Oh, look at the cat. That looks like Janet's cat from yesterday.
Lily, we got to meet Lily.
Hey, and I'm just going to put this out there, but Janet said when we go back to do our Christmas tour of her house, she's going to have Lily show us her tricks.
Oh,
boy.
Yeah, I know. So we'll sit on the edge of our seats waiting for that. But Lily did perform for Kelly and I after the camera stopped rolling yesterday. And we have a stripe. And this is another cut apart.
so much to read, so little time. I love that chapter 1.
And maybe you are a book writer out there, and this would be a fun
I always wanted to write a book, Dawn. Maybe
paper.
someday.
Someday, Kelly, someday. And then the sticker sheet. So, okay.
Oh, Jean's calling that a due date card. Dawn, we have a
Oh.
question to pop back before we move on about the number of the restock of the Elizabeth Craft dies. I don't know which one, so maybe if you could tell us
probably this one. This one's 1653 Planner Essentials number 9. It's kind of like it's got two numbers. 1653 Planner Essentials number 9. I bet is the one that they wanted. And if you want any others, let us know and we can go back
both.
through
Janet
those.
said Lily's practicing this morning, getting ready.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, I love this.
And then we got in the Hello There Everyday Card Kit. And it says, you are l'amazing. It's your cake day. This card kit is $12.99. It has the sticker sheet and then all the papers. And it makes, let's see, does it
8
make
cards.
8 cards? 8 A2 cardstock card bases. And then if you get the coordinating sticker sheet, there's enough paper in there for you to make 8 more cards.
So if you buy the card kit, you might as well add on the sticker sheet, and then you can make 16 cards instead of 8.
And the sticker
You would
sheet
just
is
need card
$2.99.
bases and envelopes.
But let's see. Thinking of you. Have a great day. I miss your face. You're the doggone best. Hello. Time to chomp on some cake. Those are cute. Those would be fun for little kids too. I could see those going for adults or kids. So what little kid wouldn't love that? You're the doggone best.
I'm excited for the next because we needed some sports.
We do need some sports. Okay, so we have MVP football. So they did MVP basketball now and volleyball. And now they're on to football. And
So we have the collection pack, or we have individual papers, it looks like.
Okay, so here's the cut-aparts. That's a fun paper.
Yeah, I like it.
This one's special teams.
I think it could be for younger kids or, high school or
End
football,
zone.
football watching.
Oh, there you go. You have a football party, first and goal.
Fantasy football.
Football mom, football dad, offense, defense, work hard, play hard, Friday night lights. You don't have to play a sport, good to be a good sport. Oh, that's a fun. I haven't seen that one used before. I like that. Okay, so those are the stickers. And let's see.
And the papers. I think that's it. Those are all the card kits.
That's it. Okay. Very good. And then I just wanted to point out, Paula is going to be doing a demo today, but she had her little glue holder over here, and I wanted to let everybody know that all the glue holders are back in stock. And then we do get asked for these quite a bit. So these are the phone holders, and I'm just going to put mine in the phone holders so you all can see what it does. So you can hold it like this. My phone.
I was waiting for you to shut it off. but-
I'm trying. There we go. So you can hold it like this, and you can also do it, if you have a smaller one, I think you can also do it vertically. And let me do this.
I think
Let
you
me
just
pull
lay
out
it,
my
you just
cups
lay it the
again.
other way.
There we go. Or you can
Oh,
do it
that's a
like
good
that.
idea.
Again, let me
Yeah.
shut my phone off. Okay. And
See
then
let's see it on the back here.
And you can watch your memory bound video while
Yeah.
exactly.
crafting.
And those are $5.99.
They're good stocking stuffers.
And
I have one.
And then we also have the
Clutter keeper.
there you go. So you can put that on your desk and put all your bigger things. My phone's talking to me. And then we have these glue holders. They're called the Beach Lounger in all these different colors, clear, orange, black. And then we also have these glue holders, and I think this red color is so pretty that you could put those in a stocking. I think those are really fun.
And Nuvo drops.
Yeah,
Oh,
those,
yes.
Yeah,
There
Nuvo.
too.
Those are $4.99, and the Beach Loungers are $7.99. So if you want those, just give us a call. They are not online, but we can certainly
it's-
ship those to you.
Yeah, we had a question about the size of phone. If it's any size of phone, because the way it stretches, it can stretch a little or a lot. And Dawn had a larger size phone there.
Yeah.
So you could see it fit hers just fine. And they do make great stocking stuffers. I think
Absolutely.
Katie said she loves hers. And the Nuvo glue, let's just mention that because it came in, it's sold out, and you have a whole bunch coming. Right?
Yes, and we have the invoice. So those have shipped again, and we should have them by the beginning, well, let's see, it's shipping out of Utah, probably by Tuesday of next week. The Nuvo glue will be back in stock.
And then they're
I'll get this
asking
out of your
about
way.
the scoreboard. And that is
Oh.
the small scoreboard from EK Success, which is handy. I actually have one of these sitting on my desk. I need to get the clutter keeper for it. And Paula, how much is it? And we'll get your microphone here too.
$9.99.
So $9.99 for the mini one. And then there is the full size one. We might as well show it, Paula, while we're showing.
right.
So the full size one, the Big Daddy, is $20.99, $19.99. Let me step back here a minute. And Paula brought some scoreboards back because she's going to be scoring today, right, Paula?
Yeah.
And here's the one from We Are Memory Keepers.
And that is a trimmer and a scoring board. And what's really fun about this one is I don't know if people can hear me, and I'm probably making
A little clattery
a
there.
whole lot of ruckus. But what's nice is this one has the 1/8 inch score marks in black. So Diana used this. She was using this at our last crop, and she was showing me how much she just loves it. So it has a scoring tool, and it also has a cutting blade. So it's kind of an all-in-one, and it is $29.99. And it opens up.
Oh, that's
up
good
to
to
the
show
12.
there that how it opens
Yeah,
up.
it opens up to a 12 inch. So again, it's
And look at, stop, there's a little spot for your scoring tool to slip in.
just
Nice.
slice in there.
Very nice. So
that is a
Diana
good
likes
one.
that one. Okay.
She does. She does. And I like it because all the marks are labeled, whereas
Yeah.
this one you kind of have to count.
I put paint. Yeah, you're right. And I put paint on mine so I could see them better. Okay, and then you can also score with your Fiskars trimmer with
I
the
like
scoring
this
blade.
one too, and it also pulls out and has a 12-inch width. And I don't know for this particular model, can you get the scoring blade?
Yeah, it does. It does have a scoring blade, and the scoring blades are always black on the Fiskars. Here, Dawn's got it. Okay, the Nuvo glue. We just had a question on it. The Nuvo glue will be back in stock probably Tuesday. Dawn ordered a truckload of it, so we're gonna have a lot. We're gonna have enough for everybody. Crystal loves that we are scoring. Thanks for telling us that, Crystal. We always love it. And do we have the extra blades for the We Are Memory Keepers? Dawn, would you be able
I
to
will
let
go
us
look.
know? Dawn's gonna, and then they're asking about, did Dawn decorate Doug's trees Wednesday night at Kelly's house?
know.
Everybody knows too much about us.
I did, and
We can show them.
They're right around the. They're very cute.
All right, Paula, we'll be right back.
Sure.
okay, and let's see. Okay, they got this over here, and I will show this. I had to wait. Trees got
They're
restocked.
here. They're restocked now.
Oh, yes, I saw them back there. But anyway, here's what I did, and this is, I wanted to wait until I could show all the product, but they are all in neutrals, because that's how I like to decorate. And I used the new Tim Holtz Christmas strip on this one, his metal pieces, and then I just rubbed cream paint over the top of that. This one, in the papers, are his background papers.
So the backdrops, the new holiday backdrops.
And this one, I used his paper and then his tree slices. I used texture paste and then did his new glitter. And I need to clean these up a little bit. That's that one.
I will tell everybody that there's glitter all over our kitchen floor, like everywhere, not even just where the table was. It's everywhere. It sparkles.
Yeah, and it's still on my face and it's still on my clothes. This doesn't come off. But here's the paper, and then I used his little trees, or excuse me, his little bells, and I put diamond dust and clear rock candy on them and tied that around the top. And then there's glitter along the edge. Bless you.
Thanks.
And this one, I used also his seals on this one. So they're just real, I can post a picture, but they're very neutral colors. But that's what
you can
I like.
You can make them neutral, or you can make them whatever you want.
Right. You can make them in the reds and the greens. And one of our friends that night did her
trees in green
patchwork, and she cut her papers. She did one diagonally, and she did one straight across. She had one with scoops in the paper, so they almost look quilted. They were really neat.
Do you want to show those gnomes?
Oh, yes.
So there's lots of different things you can do with these trees, and luckily they're restocked.
And then Kelly made hers into gnomes, and that's literally just cutting, putting your tree down on top of your paper, tracing it, and cutting it out, and gluing it on with your multimedia mat. And that's just another triangle for the beard, and then another piece for your bottom.
And you could use a button for your nose or whatever. We happen to have the wood. I don't know the proper name of those wood things that
Wood
you
buttons.
put. Wood buttons. Yeah, wood buttons is good.
And again, she used texture paste through a snowflake stencil, and then put diamond dust on them.
And
Aren't
those,
fun?
I can't take credit for the design of those, though. Those were designed by our friend Dawn.
Not
So,
this one.
another Dawn.
Another Dawn.
I have two really great people that I'm friends with, and they're both named Dawn, and a few others also. Okay, well, Paula, we got the trees taken care of. Everybody loved them. We're ready to do some paper folding now, which I think is going to be really fun because people can do this at home because everybody has paper at home.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start?
Well, I wanted to say that this is apparently the season of fan folding at Memory Bound because we have these trees that are fan folded.
Very true.
Very cool. If you have a paper that you love, and this is a wonderful way to keep it displayed.
And those are, we call them Leanne's trees, and we do have a pattern for those if you wanted to make some. If you wanted a pattern, you could probably even make it without.
And then we have Maggie's fan folded arms and legs on all the little
right,
elves.
on
There's
our
one right
elves.
behind you.
Okay.
There's Rhonda.
Hey, you guys, and everybody, let's welcome Rhonda. She's our newest staff member here at Memory Bound, and we're so happy to have her. And I will point out her fan-folded arms and legs. Paula, I never thought about all the accordion or fan folding going on around here.
And that's what
so
we're going to
funny.
do today. 2 of our projects involve fan folding.
That is great. I love it.
So we have very simple projects today. Last year, I learned that Dawn and her family on Thanksgiving Day in the afternoon, they a lot of times do crafts. And I had never thought about doing that, but what a fun thing to do. And this is something that all ages, pretty much pretty young, could start helping with this. So I think we'll start with this one because it's not fan folded. No, let's start with this one.
So we're going to start making, so we got 2 angels and a star that we're making today.
Okay. So I think I'm a little challenged with fan folding because as hard as I try to score these evenly and fold them, I just never get it like 100% perfect. But
maybe that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and no one will notice, right?
Right.
So I have done some pre-work here. So this is here's the angel. You can just leave it a loop like this, or the actual original directions called for folding it like this. And we'll glue this up.
Okay.
So what we're starting
So how
with,
did you start? What did you start with, Paula?
So you start with a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper.
Okay,
Just
so
plain-
8.5 by 11.
Plain copy paper, typewriting paper, and fan fold it at a 1/2 inch along, and that's what these scoreboards make it so easy. Kelly showed me this trick, and I have used it a lot, where you just put your paper in here, line it up where you want it, and use a scoring tool.
Oh,
in the
sure.
groove
So
here.
you could, if you don't have a scoreboard, you can use a trimmer.
Yeah, and sometimes some paper has a lot of texture, and it kind of bothers me to, kind of like
Like a chalkboard?
Yeah,
Oh my
like
gosh.
Dawn with her
Her
distressing.
distressing the edges. Yeah, she has a problem with that.
So you can put a piece of wax paper down, and then it's really smooth. I know. I noticed Janet had a roll of wax paper in
She
her
did,
studio
in her-
that
she
she uses
did.
for die cutting. But especially if I'm using one of these type of scoreboards, I'll put the paper down on top of my regular paper
And so you do that just because of the sound?
and the feel.
Oh, the feel of it. Okay, all right. Paula's got issues here.
I do have issues.
Well, other people might too. If you don't have an issue, don't worry about it. If you got an issue, get some wax paper.
Here's a tip.
I love it.
And I really like this tool.
So you're using the Tim Holtz Remnant Rub tool for your
Yeah.
scoring?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a nice size ball. Okay, so I've done the pre-work. So we're going to fan fold our 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and then we're going to fold it in half. So,
Okay.
so you've got it all fan folded. You spread it out, fold it in half.
Now Beth says, can you use coffee filters for the angel? And I think there is a coffee filter angel, but you could probably find that on Pinterest or something.
Yeah.
I've seen them, but I don't know how to make them.
I don't either. So then you're going to cut.
So you
about
drew.
an-
Okay.
So actually,
It's like two folds, it looks like.
Yes. So you fold it in half, and then you fold it in half again. This way. Then you unfold it, and I pay attention that your fold is on the correct side, because I've messed it up before. And then we're going to cut here, and we're going to cut here. And this isn't exact.
So you cut down about, what do you think, 4
About,
inches? It doesn't have to be exact.
Yeah, just maybe an inch above that crossways fold.
Oh, I see. Yep.
And then round this out, and again, it doesn't have to be exact.
This is crazy. It's not what I thought you would do to get to where we're going.
Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to fold it back up again.
So then refan fold it. So
Yes.
while you refan fold, you started with an 8.5 by 11. She folded it every inch or every half inch.
Yep.
Then she folded it in half, and then she folded it in half again, and then cut that little line in. This is what you end up with then, Paula, when you
Yeah.
put it all back together?
So here it is. So you put it back together, and you're going to glue the wings down. Is that making
So
sense?
these
Can you
become
see?
your wings, these curved edges, and then this
Yeah.
is going to be like
The
the
head.
the top.
Yeah. So you're going to pull these down. Maybe it'd be easier if I showed you this folded up. I don't know.
It's so crazy how it turns into this.
So this will keep us busy for a while.
Yes.
If you're not into football or a nap after Thanksgiving.
Well, I can't remember if we mentioned it on the video or not, but Paula said she has seen these where they make a banner with them, and wouldn't that be
Yeah.
beautiful? If you could even put a little glitter on your angels, or use a patterned paper, and then string them together, or hang them on your tree, or put them on a gift. And I bet you could even put a little like a little wood ball for the head if you wanted to. You could probably trim that off, and there's lots of options.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so then right here where you cut it, you're going to pull these down to the cut line, and then glue them in place. Okay, you got that?
All right, so where you cut it, you fold them down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we got
Crease
that.
it. Because that's a little weird too. I thought, well, maybe I'm supposed to go to that fold. No, you just go to where you're done
Wherever
cutting.
you cut, you go
Yep.
to, so not
Yep.
the fold.
And then just put a little glue on these. Oh, also, Kelly, I brought over some, we carry a lot of different adhesives. So
Oh.
even though we may not currently have Nuvo, we have plenty of
The-
stuff to keep you in adhesive.
Well, our flower making friend Susan from Spellbinder, she loves this Kids Choice glue because it sticks right away. You don't have to hold it very long.
Oh.
And I know that was a favorite of hers. And then, of course, I use this tacky glue from Scotch, and I do put it in the fine line bottles, and I really like that. And the Ultra Bond we brought in from iCraft when we couldn't get the Nuvo glue. It's very comparable and dries clear. So there are other options.
Yeah, and I didn't even bring all the kinds that we have. So now I folded those wings down and glued them to the body, and sometimes you do
Starting
have
to look like an angel, Paula.
Yes, and then so mine I just looped. So you have this big piece sticking up that you folded back together, and I just looped mine and glued it down like this because I kind of thought that little head was fun. But you can also just glue it all the way down. So fold it in half and glue it down, and then
fold it in half again.
Yes, and glue it.
Isn't it fun doing all this when everyone's watching you, when there's
Yeah.
166 people watching,
Woo!
and you're trying to glue it?
And look cool.
Yeah, and look good and everything else. So you could do different things with the top.
Yeah, and I might have actually put some tape, like clear tape, before I glued the wings down to hold this top together a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So kind of do what you think you need.
Yeah.
Like add some extra glue in there if you need it.
Yeah.
Because it is really cute, Paula, and I think it would be a fun project. And I could see, doing it in silvers or golds or some pattern papers and embellishing it. I think they'd be really nice.
All right. So that's that angel.
That
Any
just,
questions about that?
just maybe open. Oh, did you
Sure.
glue that one? Just open
Nope.
that up again, because I just think that's crazy. So there's our 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and remember, Paula folded it in half and then cut down one line, and it ended up doing 2 cuts and cut the curve.
Yep.
And you end up making this really neat angel. So I love it. I think it's lots of hearts. I think everybody enjoyed that a lot, Paula.
That was a little tricky for me.
That might be the trickiest of
simple,
all of them.
but tricky.
It doesn't
Okay.
take much. Are we doing this angel now?
Yeah, let's do this angel.
Because this one I think could sit up.
And you can punch a hole, or even put your twine or ribbon through the head.
Hang it. Paula, before you start, Dawn got the information on the We Are Memory Keepers Crafters Essential Trim and Scoreboard, and the blades are on back order till early December, which we all know that's going to be here any time.
Yeah, really.
But just an FYI, we have blades on order, but we don't have them right now. They'll be coming in a few weeks. Okay. All right. So here's your dimensions.
Yep. So we're going to cut 2 strips that are 3/4 inch by 6 inches. And these are the wings. We're going to cut 1 strip, 3/4 inch by 4 inches. That's the head. And I just used our regular cardstock. And again, you could, like Kelly said, you could do it. We have metallic paper or
Yeah,
any
you could
heavy,
do.
A lot of the like 49 and Market paper is really heavy, and it probably is heavy enough to work. And then you're going to cut 1 body piece, which is 3/4 inch by 7. And that would be this piece right here. And then 1 piece 3/4 inch by 3.5 inches for the bottom right there. And again, you're using your it's good to use your cutter, easy. But if you don't have it, you can always go back to the old ruler and
Yes, you
pencil
can. Definitely.
improvise.
I really like this angel. I think this is really
I
neat.
do too. Okay, so what we're going to do, there's not any order that you have to do this in. So you're going to take your head piece, and when you fold this, try to not get it creased so your head doesn't look wonky.
I wonder if you could sort of roll it over the edge of your table to kind
yeah.
of train it, maybe.
That's a good idea. I was thinking,
Or like
if you-
just in your fingers like that, Paula.
yeah,
Probably gets it trained
that's
a little
really
bit.
good idea. I didn't think about that. And then put a little glue on it and put it together. And I think Kelly mentioned earlier about she liked that one particular glue because you didn't have to hold it in place. And
Yeah, the Kids' Choice glue. I've not used it myself, but I've seen it.
so I found that with the Nuvo glue, I did need to hold it for a minute. She can
it
take a
goes
sip
pretty
of
quick.
eggnog.
Yes, there you
and
go.
Eat a cookie. And then we can make our wings. These are our 2 6-inch pieces. Just put a little glue on the end and fold it over. You don't want to crease it, but just fold it over and stick it together.
Somebody mentioned that this could be, we have to all shift our eyes. I can't remember who said it. I apologize. Oh, Beth, that this could be a penguin.
Yeah.
You could add some feet maybe and maybe make a penguin also. So use your imagination.
Yeah.
Okay,
And-
so we got 2 wings.
Yep. And I think you have a very good idea, Kelly. I think to round your
Just kind of roll it over the edge of the
yeah,
table.
see that is a great idea. And then you're not going to have that crease
Worrying
kind of
about
thing.
creasing it.
Mm-hmm. So this one is going to pretty much stay flat, so we don't need to worry about rounding that, but we're going to put some glue on that. and put that base piece on there and hold it for a second. And
And Elena says if you had a little clothespin, you could.
you could, yeah,
That's a good idea too. Okay, so we're putting on the base piece.
to the inside, so that put your glue on the inside of your body.
Paula, I have to tell you, I love this. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna make some of these.
They're pretty fun. And so simple, but really neat looking. And then what I found worked best is if I left it laying on here, and especially with this black background, and I was doing it with my Tim Holtz
Oh, your glass media mat?
yes, which is black. So it's really easy to see so that you get it symmetrical. So I just put some glue there, and then I'm going to just move it up against there so that everything, see how it can get not
I
lined
see
up?
what you mean. Oh my gosh, Paula, you've made this look so easy because all we need are the wings, right?
Yeah, that's right. Just put a little glue on, and you can position the wings however you want on there, high or low, or even sticking out like this.
Oh,
Because your paper's so flexible, so you can do it however appeals
that's
to
a
you.
good point.
I don't think there's any right or wrong way to do that. Again, a fun little craft, and it looks pretty cool.
I do. I love it.
Yeah. And like you said, it's neat that it stands up, so you could sit it on your mantle or some arrangement, a vignette.
Yeah, put it in a with your poinsettia or
Yeah.
whatever. Barbara said she's going to make it with her grandkids, and I think that would
Great.
be really fun.
Yeah, you could even, if you want, you could have the strips pre-cut to the
Yeah,
3/4
have 'em all
inch
pre-cut,
and trim
and
them,
it's
or
good to
it's a
go.
good homeschooling thing
Yes.
with using a ruler and measurements.
Oh, there we go. We always got to throw in a homeschool, don't we? So there's the angels and there's the measurements, so you can get a good look at that. Somebody said, or do multiple wings and glue together.
Oh yeah,
So I'm,
like something.
oh, I see. Okay.
Like that?
Oh,
Is
yes.
that what you're
there we
thinking,
go. I
or-
bet it is.
Or maybe.
Thank you,
even-
Dawn. That's a great idea.
I don't know.
Oh, and
something
Marianne
like that.
says you could set it in front of your wood trees too.
Oh,
Like you said, a little
yes.
vignette would be really nice.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Or different sizes of wings. Maybe a smaller one.
Make a smaller
if you're
one.
going to do two of them like that together. Yeah.
Gosh, that is. Oh, and then they said, gosh, we're getting all kinds of ideas. Put wings sideways and glue together like they're praying.
Sideways, like this.
Probably pointing, maybe pointing in. We don't have another
sure.
loose wing.
Mm-hmm. We could rip this wing off. No. This one. There. Something like that? Is that what you're thinking?
Maybe try the other way. Maybe that, or with the. Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe you can
Yeah.
make them a little smaller
Yeah.
and do that. There's lots of options. And we have a squirrel moment because Janice is wondering about the 6x8 Peace and Joy, and that is no longer available. We do have the individual papers, we have the rub-ons, we have the epoxies, but we don't have the 6x8. And I'm so sorry about that, Janice. Our distributor no longer has it, so we don't have it either. Okay, now are we ready for stars, Paula? This is a
Yes.
crafty. It's almost like Mary Jane Odell. I feel like this is sort of like the magic window, where
Oh.
they have the little crafts.
Who's Mary
they-
Jane Odell?
Isn't it Mary Jane Odell that used to be? It was a local thing here that you could watch.
Betty Lou.
Oh, Betty Lou.
But who
I don't know.
isn't Mary
I
Jane
don't know.
Odell?
I don't know. That just
I
came out
know
of my
that
head.
name from back in the Betty Lou era. Someone
Yes,
will
we'll
someone will
figure
be
it
able
out.
to help us out. All right.
Okay, so now we're ready to make these
Other
stars.
fan folded things.
And I didn't know those were fan folded. And you guys, we have to thank Paula because we found these on Pinterest. And last year, Paula made these round ornaments that were they were hollow and they were like balls. And didn't they use circles?
Yep.
They
all
used circles. And so when we saw these, we're like, well, maybe Paula would do another paper folding. So I'm so happy that you did.
I love it when Kelly gives me an assignment. I'm not always creative on my own, but I can follow directions and
Well, I'm anxious to see how to make these because I think these would be really fun to make too.
So we're going to start with a piece of 6x6 paper.
Okay.
And math is not my strong suit. So I bet you could make these smaller, but what you want to aim for if you choose to make these smaller is you have 3 mountain folds and 2 valleys, and these are scored at 1 inch.
So you would have to do your math on where to score
Yeah,
so that
so
you
if
had
you
6 scores.
Yep. So you have 2 mountain folds here and 2 valleys. So if you are a math whiz and you wanted to make these a 4-inch size, you could figure out
Or
what
12
you need
inch
to,
or
yeah,
whatever.
Even, yeah.
Maybe a 12 inch.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Would that be fun?
I hadn't thought about that. Okay, so we're gonna score these at 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, and 5 inch. And then we're gonna fan fold. And it doesn't matter if your paper is directional or not really, because when you can see when you have it all put together, you're not gonna notice that. This is Vicky Boughton.
Yeah,
Vicky
Vicky Boughton
paper, which
warm wish. Is this
I
warm
just
wishes?
love
Yeah, I
this
loved it
paper.
too.
And the other thing I was going to say is some of the paper that we have, and this is borderline, but is very heavy for pattern paper. Like 49 and Market, I would not advise using 49 and Market paper.
Oh, that
because
is really
it's so heavy that it doesn't spread out well. Okay, so we're going to fan fold this together and then fold it in the middle.
Paula, you'll be happy to know that Beth said her circle ornaments are on her tree.
Oh, cool.
Isn't that neat?
That is fun. So everybody get your circle ornaments out from
Yeah.
last year.
And you can go back and watch it, the video from last year if you want to.
That's
It was
right.
probably in November, I would guess.
So you see, I didn't
Seems
use
like
a
you
bone.
burnished it pretty good.
I didn't use a bone folder, but I think that's a good idea to use a bone folder. I used what I had here. So
That's what we do at Memory Bound, isn't it, Paula?
because we're limited on the
Yes,
tools
we
that
don't
we
have
have
everything.
available here.
So true.
Okay, so make sure that you fold that pretty.
You folded it both ways,
Yeah.
didn't you?
And then we're going to use a stapler and staple the middle. And one should do it. You're going to staple right
I
on
didn't
the
realize
fold.
you stapled it.
Okay, live TV.
Did the staple get jammed?
I think it did. Well, geez.
Well, we can
All
get
right.
a new stapler if we need
Let's
to.
try again.
So everybody, you see what happens if it doesn't staple. You just pull it out and you move on and do it again.
And the directions do recommend that you staple more towards the back of your ornament.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I have a bad stapler.
Should we-
Jammed again.
Do we need to get you a stapler?
Maybe we do. A
Stapler.
stapler?
Dawn's on it. Dawn's bringing
Okay.
us a stapler.
We'll try one more time. And then if you have one of those long ones, that would work well too. Far reaching. Nope.
Okay, Paula's got a bum stapler.
It is. It is not the paper. It's there. We got
Oh,
it.
she got it.
Because I used this earlier, so I kn-
Thank you,
it
Dawn.
worked before. Okay, so we got it stapled. And then we're going to, so look at this. These are the outside, the front, whatever you want to say. So where you have the 3 mountain folds. That's,
So when
The
you
t-
stapled it, you were trying to staple it towards the other end.
Yes.
So let me show how. So I'll get up close here, Paula. So you can see her staple. She tried to keep it towards the bottom a little bit. And I suppose that keeps it from showing maybe, or makes it fold open better.
maybe. I think maybe fold
good
open
tip.
better. Okay, so then lay it down. Now remember, this part is the part that you're going to see. Take your ruler and mark it so it's about the same on each end. And I found 1.5 is about a good length. So I'm going to mark it 1.5 inches from the end, and then you can draw the line if you want, or you can just eyeball it. But draw a line from
Are you cutting that?
I'm going to cut it, yes.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that you cut it.
So the reason I'm marking it is so it's symmetrical on both ends. So
you're going to mark both sides.
yep.
Okay.
So then I'm going to mark this end also. 1.5 inches from the end.
I do love these, Paula. I think these are really neat.
Yeah. All right. So then we're going to take our scissors and we'll see where that mark is, and we're just going to cut from here to the corner. And then do the same over here. Or the corner to the mark.
That's not what I was expecting, but they, I mean, when you look at them, that's probably how they're pointed from cutting, but I never even thought about it.
Yeah. When Kelly first gave me the idea, I was thinking, oh, that looks so easy. Well, actually, it's not. I mean, you can't just, there was some little tricks.
You had to figure it out,
Yeah, there
right?
was some little tricks to learn. So then you're going to spread it out. And what I found is sometimes your paper doesn't want to cooperate with you. So you might need to slash this at a little bit more of an angle. So if you've got it together like this and you're trying to spread it apart and get the edges to come together and it's not coming together very well, just go back and cut this at more of an angle.
Just the end edge or the whole
Yep,
thing?
just
the end edge?
Yep, like just starting at the back side and going to the corner again.
It's probably a good idea to try this out on some scrap paper.
That's what I did too, yep.
And then get it figured out what works best for you, and then you can...
And then what I found was my tiny attacher was perfect for this. So what you're going to do is you're going to spread it apart and kind of just be patient and kind of mold it,
Work
round
with it a little bit.
and bring the two sides together like this and line them up. And then your tiny attacher, Tim Holtz tiny attacher, works perfect to get in there to staple it. Can't even see it in there.
Okay, so the tiny attacher, it's this, if you don't, put this on your Christmas list or for your stocking if you don't have one. It's by Tim Holtz. It's a wonderful stapler. It's got these tiny little staples. They're smaller than a normal staple, and it staples through a lot of stuff, a lot of thicknesses, and it's fun. Teresa uses it all the time. It can be functional or it can be decorative.
Yes.
In this case, it's functional.
Yeah. And because of its small size, it's easy to get in here and staple these. So I appreciated that. Okay, it's all done.
That's it? Okay, my
So
gosh.
Then when you
So you brought the ends together and just stapled them. That's all you, well, you
That's all
worked
you
with
do.
it, then brought the ends together.
Yep. And of course, if you don't have a stapler, you could use glue, but then remember to hold it in place till it dries. And then, yeah, you're just going to kind of mold it a little bit so that it lays nice.
So the question is, Paula, are you cutting from the folded side?
I'm going to rip this one apart.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's our front side. You see that? The one with the 3 mountain folds when we had it like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, maybe close it up. And you are cutting, you measured the 1.5 inches from
On the back or
back
bottom
side.
side. So here's our folds that we want to show, the side of the paper that we want to show. So then you're going to leave this length the same. So this is still that 6 inches that we started with.
I guess if you think about it, those are your points to your star
Right.
that you want to show. So
Correct.
you're going to keep that and measure back.
Yep. So then I just measured in 1.5 inches from the end at the back side and marked it and cut from the front corner to that mark.
And then you kind of massaged it, worked with it,
Yep.
opened it up, and stapled it together.
Who knew we had to really love up our paper and make it do what we
Hey,
wanted
it's what,
to do?
It's what we do. So what is can you measure this, Paula, and tell us with your ruler there what does it end up being when it's all
It's
made?
about 6 inches.
Okay, so it's about 6 inches. Heidi wants us to hold it up to one of Leanne's trees. I don't think this is the biggest tree, but it will give you an idea. This might be the medium tree, but that should give you an idea for size. Oh my gosh, Paula, you could put these on these sticks. You could get dowels and you could put these stars on
Yes.
dowels. That would
Yep.
be so cute. And have them at different heights.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That,
Yeah, you could run it
I'm
right
glad you
through-
brought Leanne's tree here. Yeah, you could. Don't you think you could just punch a hole in it?
Yeah, you could. And then I used my crocodile, which Teresa talked about last Friday. And it's nice because it has 2 different sizes of hole punches. And they're both, neither one of them is huge. So that's nice when you're doing things like this. Because I just wanted a little hole in this so that it's barely visible. And then I put some gold
Oh, that's
twine
really
through
neat.
that.
That's
And I
really
think
cool.
it turned out really, I like that a lot.
Now, Hope said you could put 2 stars together and it could be a snowflake.
Like
So-
this.
Or I don't know if she means like back. You could probably do it back to back, maybe.
Oh, that's cool too.
You could probably. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
a
if that
good
would work
idea.
or not. Or maybe she means put staple 2 together.
There,
Or make
and
a star
when you s-
tree. There's so many ideas.
Yeah,
coming
when you
in.
start looking on Pinterest, there's just tons of ideas. You could use these as a little candy dish.
Well, you could. You could set that at people's places. You could set it on your plates for the holidays. I think that would be really beautiful.
Yep.
I think they're great. So we have folded stars, and we had 2 types of angels. Oh, and here's Paula's got some directions written down if you want to kind of take a look. And I think it's wonderful. I think they're really fun. I think they'll be fun to make.
Those are just my little notes for this step, but
Well, Paula, thank you so very, very much. This was amazing, and I love it that we have such a great variety here, and of different projects. And I think these folding things, anybody that's at home can go right now and try making these and fold up some things and make stars and angels, because we all have we know we all have paper at home.
yeah,
for sure.
and like I said, like we mentioned earlier, it would be a fun little craft to do with your family or your grandkids or your children.
Absolutely.
And they look cool, and you can enjoy them from year to year.
And Paula came in on her day off today too, so thank you for that.
I love coming to Memory Bound.
Well, everybody have a wonderful Friday. We're here till 4 o'clock, and we'll be back on Monday with a video on Monday. And we are open over the weekend, Saturday 10 to 4 and Sunday noon to 4. So I hope you can stop in and see us if you're in the area, or give us a call. And thanks again, Paula. We appreciate that so much.
Yeah, happy to do it.